Hey, everybody. Good evening. Hello. Hello. Hi. Thank you for joining me. Good evening. Hello. Um, so I'm back and I didn't plan on talking about this again, but the responses I've been getting under my videos, some of them, I think obviously most of you who follow me, you understood where I was coming from, right? But I'm still seeing some comments that really compel me to want to expound on this and talk about it from different angles. I'm really kind of tired of talking about it too or hearing about it, but it's just like I just want to talk about this from different angles to hopefully help you guys better understand where I'm coming from. Those of you who really don't get it, and as you can see by the title, I want to ask you guys, and I want you to answer me in the chat room. Would a black woman be celebrated by the collective of black men after acting out of character at a classy event like the Oscars? Whether she slapped somebody, another black woman, or not. Maybe she just got an attitude with her. Somebody give me um and I'm talking about a dark skinned woman. Not a biracial woman, not, a preference of black men's, not a non-black woman, okay, but a dark-skinned black woman. Somebody give me a dark-skinned actress with a black husband. Somebody give me one. Name one in the chat room. Right, she would be called ghetto, she would be called ratchet. I mean, we saw how Serena Williams was treated when she broke her racket. And that's not even a classy event. This girl was playing tennis. She got upset. She broke her racket. She was all kind of masculine, all kind of aggressive, rude, all that stuff. No, a dark skin actress. Okay, Viola Davis. That's a good one. Let's just say Viola Davis and her husband were at the Oscars, front row at the Oscars. And I don't know, give me a black female comedian. Give me the name of a black female comedian. Hey, hey everybody. I'm laying down. I'm tired, but I just wanted to come through and talk to y'all about this. Okay, Regina Hall, when she was at the Oscars making herself look thirsty as all hell. It was so annoying. Well, I didn't even watch, but some of y'all pointed it out, so I looked it up and I was like, "Oh my god, embarrassing." Um, okay, let's just say Regina Hall, since she was actually there. Let's just say Davis and her husband were sitting front row at the Oscars, and Regina Hall made a joke about her husband, and Viola Davis. Because we know Viola Davis is pretty classy, right? I couldn't even imagine her doing this, but we couldn't imagine Will Smith doing this, right? But let's just say Viola Davis went up there and slapped her, or she yelled at her and said, keep my husband's name out of your mouth, or don't talk about my husband, this, that, and the third. Do you think she would get any collective praise from black men for that? Or do you think black men would be all over the internet talking about how ghetto, you know, black women made the Oscars and how they don't know how to act at classy events? Okay, Gabrielle Union, that's even better. Gabrielle Union. What if it was Gabrielle Union and her man on the front row? And Gabby was like, keep my man's name out of your mouth. Even if she just said that, she wouldn't even have had to slap her. But what if she said that and then they, had a little back and forth or whatever? How do you think the response from black men would be? What do you think it would be online? What do you think black men would be saying? Would they be like, "Yeah, sister, you defend your man. That's how you do it." Or would they be calling both of them ghetto? Would they be saying, "See, this is just how black women act. They don't know how to act in public." Like I said, she would have been escorted out of the room. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they would be talking about how desirable they were for sure. But I'm just saying, would black women get any credit for that? Would they get any credit for that? Even if it was in defense of her husband, do you think they would get any credit for that? Yeah, it's male privilege, it's misogyny, sexism, all that. But I'm just saying. So it's like, why why would we then, when black men do it, feel the need to celebrate them as a collective, or celebrate Will Smith as a collective, or when one of them defend their wife? If we are not, and see, this is what I'm saying, y'all. Y'all think I say this stuff just to be petty, or just because, I'm trying to be mean. But I'm all about that reciprocal energy. And I feel like if black men ain't gonna give it to you, why are you giving them any credit when it comes to stuff like this? He defended his wife. Period. Like, why do you have to celebrate it? Why do you have to make a big scene about it? This is not some grand, symbol of black male protection. And like I said in my previous video, a lot of y'all were triggered. This is not a trickle down. It's not going to trickle down to you. You can see by how black men are responding to it that this didn't do anything. This didn't invoke them to suddenly, jump into action and protect the collective of black women. This didn't trickle down to you, and it didn't trickle down to them. Like, what? And then when I say that, all of a sudden it turns into, "Oh, Christy, you're so negative. You're saying that dark skinned women will never receive protection." I never said, and right in the last live stream, I said that I'm used to receiving protection individually from the men in my life, the black men in my life. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna, hand out awards for other black men who protect their wives. No, I'm not gonna do that, because they wouldn't do that for you. So it's like, no, I'm not saying that dark skinned women can never get protection individually by any race of men. Of course, you can find that individually, but I'm saying collectively, this is not gonna do anything. I'm not negative for saying that. That is the reality. And for me, the thing that really gets me is not that, you guys are like, "Oh, um well, you guys are feel like you feel happy to see a black man protecting his woman." It's just how loud you are about it. It's the praise and the worship of Will. When I know for a fact that if a black woman conducted herself that way at the Oscars, she wouldn't even have to get physical, but just got out of character. It wouldn't matter if it was over her man or whatever. Black men would have called her ghetto. They would have called her ratchet. They would have called her masculine. It's like, you don't get praise and grace when you respond emotionally. Even when you express your anger in a super feminine way and you cry about being picked on for your hair and your skin color or your weight, when has that ever moved black men? When has that ever moved black men? And there was this one girl under the last live stream, and she was like, "Oh, this was such a missed opportunity. Black women don't stay on code. What we should have done is turn this into a all black woman moment and show the world how we're tired of being made fun of for our hair and our alopecia, and we should have made this, basically telling the world that we're tired of jokes being told about our hair. When have we not done that though? Why are we pretending that the world doesn't already know how sensitive we are to skin and hair jokes and joking and whatever other black woman thing we complain about and we cry about on the internet all the time? Why are we acting like we don't already do that? We already do that. And when has it ever moved black men and see, I realized after looking at some of the responses under my last two videos, I realized that the issue here is that I'm killing your dreams. Like and a lot of you were under there, you were saying, "Oh, well, I don't know where you're getting this from. Most black women know that it's not going to trickle down to them and it's not going to influence black men to protect us." But your actions and the way you are celebrating this say otherwise. And I'm noticing now that the real issue is I'm ruining your hope. That's what this is. Aya says in the hypothetical, I think some black men would praise it, especially if the comedian said something taken as bad about all black men. Right. But that wasn't what Chris Rock said. That wasn't necessarily taken, we took it like that. We took it as being, a dig to all black women, and we found it relatable, right? But that was specifically about Jada. That was specifically about her. So my question to you, Aya, is what do you think? Give me the equivalent to a joke that would have been made about black men for them to take it as it was if it was all black men. Give me the equivalent. Because I don't believe because listen, when have black women ever been celebrated as a collective by black men for defending their honor? When have we ever? Black women are out here on the front lines fighting for black men. We are out here marching for black men. We are out here getting felonies, losing our lives, getting hit with rubber bullets, out here professing our love for black men. I love black men, and this is why I love black men. We have been doing that. When has that been enough for them to be like, I love black women or celebrate us as a group? I just I don't I'm not convinced that black women or black men would just be like, "Oh, she did what she had to do. She was protecting black men." I don't agree with that. Yeah, Pineapple says just another case of black women applauding a fish for swimming. Exactly. And if y'all are right about that, I'ma just need it to happen. Imma need it to happen to believe it. Imma need something similar to happen, and black men actually defend a black woman showing her ass at the Oscars in front of, or at a classy event in front of white people on behalf of black men. I wanna see it. I wanna actually see it happen for me to believe it. Yeah, Wanderlust said they would have been mad and said we ruined Will's moment. I agree. And black men are showing you their response to this is showing you why you shouldn't praise them for doing the bare minimum. They're all over the internet responding to this incident saying how you don't deserve protection. That's their response to this. So with you guys, I feel like the reaction you thought you were going to get from this, or the action you thought this was going to influence by black men or by the collective, it's already showing you that that's, that's not going to happen. Tim, what's your question? I missed it. Wow, Drea, thank you for your donation. She says people are blaming Jada for Will slapping Chris and saying protect black men. Wow. Black men are now asking for protection as if they aren't already protected. I'm so done. Wow. Yeah. And I believe it cuz that's how they are. They think that Jada's controlling him and she's the reason he's doing what he's doing. And it's just, and I have to say this. I heard one guy say that Will, was emotional and he's in love and that made him act that way. And again, I ask, why don't black women get the same compassion and empathy and context when we make bad decisions for the men that we love? We can't use that excuse. We can't be like, "Oh, I just flipped out and I fucked this car up, or did this to." I don't know. Just pick a situation that happens in the news with a black woman and a black man. We can't use that excuse. We can't say, "Oh, he left me and my heart was so broken, so I did this and it was the wrong thing to do, but I was acting out of emotion." We're women and we can't get that excuse. We can't use that excuse. The default answer will always be, "You should have chose better." That's what the default answer is always going to be when it comes to black women doing something wrong because of a man. It's always going to be, "You should have chose better. You shouldn't have let him get you out of character like that." So I will say it again with Will, if Jada is the problem and she's really controlling him, which I don't think she is. But if the since let's just go with what the men are saying, he should have chose better. I'm not giving them a pass for that. No. No. I'm all about reciprocity. If you wouldn't give black women a pass, I'm not giving you one. And this applies to everything. No. 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 Princess says, this reminds me of what happened with Serena Williams. You have one bad moment as a black person after being perfect for so long. And the same white people against cancel culture want to cancel you. Yeah. And the thing is, I used Serena Williams as an example earlier. Serena didn't get any passes. Serena didn't get, praise and worship from black men. Black men weren't on the internet saying, "Oh, she just had a moment. She was just emotional." Black men were calling her ghetto and masculine and saying she should have been able to control herself. That's what black men were doing. And I understand that women were more compassionate. I totally understand that. We're way more compassionate than men. But I'm trying to tell black women, like, you don't get anything for this. You don't get anything for, oh, this is how, black men protecting his wife. Okay, and black men are not all over the internet saying good things about a black woman who does something nice for her husband. They're not doing that. They're not doing that for you. They're not all on Facebook writing paragraphs about it when a black woman is I don't know, what do black women do? Buying her men land and shit. What's that rapper girl that did that? Black men ain't celebrating that shit. Black men are on the internet calling you ghetto, masculine, baby mamas. They're comparing non-black women to you, saying how you ain't worth shit, how much better they are than you. They're not praising you when you do something nice for them. They don't do that. Yeah, Ari Fletcher. Emma says, Chrissy, let's be honest though, a lot of black women said they didn't agree with what Will did. Yeah, some, but I've seen a lot. I feel like it's more. It's more black women celebrating Will. Even if they're saying like what I've been seeing the most of is this. I've been seeing most black women say, I don't agree with Will did, but I understand it. I don't agree with how he did it, but I'm glad to see a black man protecting his wife. That's what I see most from black women. Can we be honest about that? Can we just be honest about that? I think women like me are in the minority, and that is why um, I'm getting dragged on other platforms behind my opinion on this. People dragging me in the comment section under my last two videos. Yeah, it's way more black women applauding like we always do. Yeah, I said that. I said that. I even said that. I gave Will grace. I even said that. I even said, I wish he would have handled it differently, but it is what it is. No, I didn't say it is what it is. I did talk about how, you know, I did talk about the class aspect and the hypergamy aspect, but I did give Will grace. And I said sometimes people step out of character. And I said that he can do it, but your man can't. The regular, everyday high value man, he can't do it. So even I gave him grace. So, and it is what it is. But it's like, still, it's like, I feel like black women don't know when to just be chill about some shit. Like, I just wish we could be quieter. Even if we, like, okay, like, say I don't know, say it was, I mean, I know Will's a black man and y'all are not going to like this comparison, but I just wish we could respond to it as if it were a white man defending a white woman. Like, we wouldn't care. We wouldn't be writing think pieces about it. We wouldn't be, going on and on about the situation. We would just be like, okay, whatever. We wouldn't be as compelled to say anything about it. Like, I wish we could start responding with that type of indifference. Yeah, exactly. We made this our problem because again, we can relate because of the hair thing. And I get it, but it's like, look, the whole world already knows. Like some of the responses I was getting under my last video, it was like, y'all were acting like this is new. This is new. Like, people don't already know that we're sensitive about our hair and that we don't like jokes being made about our hair and our skin and the way that we look and our bodies. Do you know how long that's been going on? This is not new. Why are we acting like, oh, because some of us say, I'm not about to, give Will a cookie for this, that we're ruining our chance to get our plight out there. Everyone already knows. What? I feel like I'm in the twilight zone. Who needs to be blocked? Yeah, I already got into detail about, the hair thing and how black men are just too focused on it, and Chris Rock is I already got into that in my last two videos. So if y'all want to hear my full opinion on it, listen to those or listen to the first video really. But, it's just like just the how loud we are about it. It shows me, even though you guys say otherwise, but it shows me that what you really want is that you want this to inspire or encourage other black men, or you not even just other individual black men. You want this to somehow trigger a collective response from black men to protect black women. And it's not going to happen collectively, y'all. It's not. And for those of us who say it's not, then all of a sudden we're negative and, we're crazy. No, we're real. We're realistic. That's what we are. And y'all just need to be careful. You have to be careful about these people. Any black woman or any black man mad at you for saying Will should have handled it differently, or saying you're not going to give Will a cookie, those would be the same people calling a black woman ghetto that did this at the Oscars. Those would be the same people criticizing a black woman who got a little too loud at the Oscars. It don't matter if she was defending her man or not. Those would be the same people condemning a black woman that got out of character at a nice event in front of white people. They'd be the same people. And y'all can call me whatever, but Will's protection of his wife does not trickle down to me. It does not symbolize a black man protecting his dark skinned black wife. Yes, I'm still saying it. So I am not sentimental about it like y'all. Sorry, not sorry. They're living not vicariously. Yeah, through Jada. Vicariously though. I can't take it. Why are y'all like this? They're living vicariously through Jada. They are. And then it's like when I say that, y'all act like y'all don't know what she looks like. It's like, girl, I just it's the denial for me. It's the denial. It's the delusion. And I just can't. I can't. And yes, let me say this. If Jada were dark skinned, it would symbolize a black man protecting his dark skinned wife. And I would be happy to see that. But I still wouldn't get on here praising him and thinking that this means that, the black male collective are now gonna begin to protect all dark skinned black women. I wouldn't like give him a cookie for it. I wouldn't applaud him and be doing the most. I wouldn't do that. You get what I'm saying? And that's kind of the difference. And that's kind of where I wish black women where we would be at. Because look, it doesn't take your applause for black men to know what to do. They know what to do. They know you're sensitive about your hair. They know you're sensitive about your skin or your weight. They know all that already. You don't have to clap for them when one man does the right thing. They know what to do already. The reason why they're not doing it is because they don't fucking want to. They don't want to. As the collective, they don't want to. They don't want to protect you. So you don't have to do all of that. You don't. And I feel like black women think, oh, if we just make enough noise, if we show black men that this is what we want, then they'll do it. They'll know. They already know, sis. They already know, y'all. Yeah, they do it for Becky. They sure do. And biracial women. And I just, I wonder, are y'all more concerned with Will protecting Jada in front of white people? Or are you concerned with getting actual protection as a collective of black women from the collective of black men? Does what Will did send the message that black men are no longer gonna tolerate black women being disrespected for their hair and their skin? Or does it simply show that he, an individual black man, was protecting his wife? Because let me tell you something. Okay, can you tell me who needs to be blocked? You guys keep saying I need more mods. Oh, this Neff person, is that who it is? Y'all, I just wish I would ignore the trolls. Like, God. Um, I blocked that person. Let's not sit here and act like I don't have a million videos of how black women talk about other black women's hair. Like, let's not do that. This is not about black women right now, though. But I have a million videos about that already. Let's not act like it. Let's not deflect. We know how black women shoot themselves in the foot and talk about, other black women's hair like Blue Ivy and Gabby Douglas and all this stuff. I have videos about that. That's not the topic though. But back to what I was saying. Let me tell y'all what's going to show white people, because I think that's part of what this is about, what white people see. But what's going to show white people that black men as a collective are serious about protecting black women is when the collective of black men actually start protecting black women. It's going to take more than Will Smith slapping a comedian for talking about his wife. Okay? And what I'm telling black women is that right now, the response from everyday black men about this is way much louder than what Will did. They are drowning Will out at this point. They're basically showing you and everyone else that they're not interested in protecting you. Yet for some reason you think that Will's one slap is going to do something. Really? But I'm negative and I'm not realistic and I'm telling you a bunch of bullshit and I'm leading you down the wrong path. Like, I don't know, like, I don't see how y'all get that out of that. Because if anything, you guys having this false hope is gonna get you fucked up. This is crazy to me. I mean, it's not even about I'm not even talking about white people though. I'm talking about how black men are responding. Exactly. E Bizzle. He said what he did was off code according to black men. There's so much hatred towards women who aren't traditional. Yeah. And look, let me tell you something. Even if Jada were traditional, even if they weren't in an open marriage, it would be still the same response. Y'all do know that, right? It's not just because they're in a polyamorous marriage, him, Will and Jada. It's because it's a black man protecting his wife. They don't feel like black women deserve protection. So they're gonna see it like that either way it goes, y'all. But yeah, it that makes it worse for them because Jada and the August Alsina thing and all of that. Wait, did I miss a super chat? Where did it go? I just saw it. Yeah, Princess says black men are criticizing Will for defending Jada in particular because their hate for women is greater than their love for their preference. Black men come first. I do agree with that. I agree. It would have been the same if it was, I think, a biracial woman too. However, that still doesn't change what I said. Like, I still don't feel like it trickles down to dark skinned women what Will did for his wife. So two things can be true. Two things can definitely be true. Jada's still not you. And that's just another reason why I'm like, black women, what are you doing? Especially dark skinned black women. And for some reason y'all don't think that this matters, but Will never chose a woman who looked like you to marry. So how this trickles down to you, I don't know. Like his first wife was mixed, and Jada is mixed-ish. I don't care what y'all say. Light skin, light eyes. None of the women he's chosen looks like you. So I don't understand why you would feel the need to praise him for this. And for some reason y'all don't think that that matters. I don't understand it. It's just like a black man, if a black woman chose, a man, a white man, or a mixed man, or a man who didn't represent him, he wouldn't see himself in that man. He wouldn't be praising her for protecting that man because that man does not look like him, or for defending that man. He wouldn't do that. It's only black women who go up and celebrate men who have women on their arm who look nothing like them. It's the craziest thing. And then y'all get mad at me when I say you're living vicariously through these women and you need to stop. Black men would never do that. And these black men that you're celebrating would never choose a woman who looked like you. They would never do it. And they because they haven't. They haven't. And a lot of you were bringing up how Will Smith um made dark skin Aunt Viv's life a living hell. So it's like y'all excuse all of that and then you jump to I just I don't understand how y'all think that this trickles down to you at all. I don't. in more ways than one, like more ways than one. It's just, and then I'm the bad guy for pointing it out. I'm the bad guy. Okay. And look, y'all gonna learn. Y'all gonna learn. Don't let Jada or Will come out and say something colorist, then it's over. Then y'all gonna be able to tell the difference. Then all of a sudden she's gonna be light skinned. Then all of a sudden Chrissy's gonna be right. And you're gonna be coming to my page talking about Chrissy, I know I said this and at first I couldn't see it, girl, but you was right the whole time. Now I get it after you done cussed me out. You gonna see it. You're gonna see it after somebody from the Smiths family says something colorist. Then you gonna be coming to me crying. Then all of a sudden you're gonna be able to see the difference between you and Jada. Don't it don't even have to be the Smith family. It can be a black man somewhere who comes out and says and compares Jada to a dark skinned woman. Then you're gonna see the difference, right? And same thing with Lori Harvey. I said same thing about Lori Harvey. Yeah. Oh, all of a sudden, with Lori Harvey, all of a sudden, all your cousins, all your 5011 cousins look like Lori Harvey. All of a sudden, Lori Harvey look like 90% of black women. All of a sudden, Jada Pinkett looks like 90% of black women. Okay. Now, when they start getting roles over dark skinned women, then you're going to be crying to Chrissy and you're going to be like, Chrissy, can you make a video? Can you make a video about Jada Pinkett getting chosen over such and such, Lupita. Chrissy, can you make a video about Lori Harvey getting chosen for the role over Normani or somebody? It's gonna be something like that. Then you're gonna be crying at Chrissy. Then you're gonna all of a sudden know the difference. That's what y'all do. I've been here for 7 years. That is exactly what y'all do. Y'all always come back. That's why now it's to the point to where when y'all cancel me and y'all be going off on me and y'all be dragging me, in my head I'll be like, I see you when you get back. Because something's gonna happen to prove me right. It can be 6 months from now, it's gonna be a year from now, 2 year, whatever. You're gonna come back. You're gonna be back. It always happens. I know. It's not everybody, okay? I'm not talking about all of you. I'm talking about to the black women it applies to. Yeah, they always come back. They always come back. Why are you calling me by my full name? Princess says, I'm not defending Will or Jada. I'm saying that black men are using Jada as an excuse not to protect black women when they would have never done it. Oh, yeah, I know. I know you weren't. I just kind of use that to segue into whatever else I was thinking. Yeah, you in here using my government. I'm like, do you know me? Because I mean, I know some of y'all know my full name, but it's like, usually people don't do that unless it's somebody like who knows me in real life who come up here under the live and they're. Christmas tree says, I don't know. I think it's just like when black people were excited over Obama. We know it doesn't mean racism is over. It's just exciting to see in this instance. Okay. Look, okay. I guess with me, I just don't get excited, you know, when it's when it really doesn't benefit me, you know? Oh, I didn't see that super chat. Hold on. Somebody said I sound fine. Thank you. But and thank you for your donation. Thank you. Y'all, I just I hate to be the dream killer. I guess I'm just the dream killer. And I'm okay with that. I've gotten to the point where I'm okay with that now. Who is saying I don't like light skinned women? That is just such a lazy response to this conversation. It is such a lazy response. The point is, this is not a win for you. This does not mean that just because I say that certain things that go viral is not a win for dark skinned women, that is not me saying that you can't win individually. That's not me saying that. And if you get that out of what I'm saying, you guys, I you need to stop listening because it's like I can't sell you dreams over here. I can't sell you dreams. I'm going to tell you the real, and I'm going to tell you what's going to benefit you. It may not feel good in the moment, but eventually you'll understand. Tyra says, I fully receive everything you're saying, Chrissy. Thank you. Oh, dark skinned gentlewoman says Will Smith made a joke off of firing Janet Hubert, aka dark skinned Aviv. I said that earlier. I said that earlier. I mean, he made her life a living hell. He's never chosen anybody who's dark skinned. So it's like all of a sudden because he's defending his wife, like I just Spicy Bunny says I appreciate you, but I'm glad I can hear your perspective. Light or dark, we need to humble ourselves and see outside of our own mind. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And people seem to think I don't know why people seem to think I'm, closed-minded and I don't, I'm not open to be corrected. I've changed my mind on this platform before. I've changed my mind. I've come back and had to say I was wrong about things, and I've corrected myself. So I'm very open-minded to different points of views, but it has to make sense. Like 2 plus 2 has to equal 4. Like if it doesn't make sense, it just doesn't make sense. I can't agree with it. It has to make sense for me to change my mind. It has to make sense. Mommy McCalla says Will was not protecting Jada. He was protecting his ego or whatever is left of it. He didn't want to get compared to Tupac. Yeah, I agree. And I said that before in the last couple of videos. Charity says black men say all the time they will protect their family members, wife, or people they know, but not some random woman. Exactly. Exactly. And look, that's fine. Whatever. Do what they do. But it's like, and that's what we say too over here. We'll man stroke, defend our personal relatives, and that's it. That is it. We not defending nobody else. JC Setting the Record Straight podcast says calling black women dark skin is redundant. Black people are supposed to be dark. Being dark shouldn't require qualification when you're black. Okay. I actually agree with that. Spicy Bunny, thank you. Um I agree with that. I agree with kind of switching up the vocabulary, you know? Lala says, "What about Tommy Lee and Kid Rock fighting? Nobody said that was ghetto. Explain." Um, Kid okay. That is not a good comparison. Kid Rock, Tommy Lee, who? What's the woman they were fighting over? The porn star? What's her name? Um, what's her name? Anyway, the porn star, they're all the white version of Pookie and Ray Ray and Lakeisha. They're the white version of that. Okay. They're what the, yeah, Pamela Anderson. They're what the white people would call trailer park trash. Okay. Or white trash. Okay. And what award show did they fight at? What was that award show? It wasn't the Oscars though. Yeah, Vanilla Dusties, exactly. So you have two different events, okay? Two different classes of people. One event is considered to be much more prestigious and classier than the other. And the people involved in that example prove my point. Yeah, the VNAs. The people involved, the reason, look, y'all just show how ghetto minded you are. Like, refined white people call people like Kid Rock, Tommy Lee, and Pam trailer trash and white trash. Did you know that white people have white trash parties? Did you know that? This is why it's important to get out of your bubble, you guys. White people actually make fun of white trash. They have parties where they dress up like ghetto white people. They have actual parties. And this is not to say that white people of all socioeconomic statuses, they do team up together to go against black people, but when it comes to the different classes in their own group, they don't associate with each other like that. And part of it is because one group has much more to lose than the other. And I know, black people, I know the class conversation is very sensitive to black people. And we get into this whole conversation about classism and elitism. But look, I don't want to be around a bunch of ghetto ass black people or white people. I don't give a fuck how elitist and how classist it sounds. I got out the hood. And as long as I'm able to stay, I'm never going back to that bitch. Ever. Do you hear me? I'm not even going to fucking visit. I don't even like, not even sometimes, the way the shit is going on now, I don't even go to the restaurants, the soul food restaurants where the black people can cook real good in the hood. I be wanting to go sometimes where I'm like, nah, a bitch might get shot. I'm not going over there. I'm not going back. Period. I don't care how elitist or classist that sounds. And I'm not even from like the projects or the hood, the ghetto, the swamps. I'm not even from that. But I'm from the hood enough to not want to go back ever. I'm not even going to visit. You still live in the hood, you want to see me, you can come to me. You can come and visit. We can meet somewhere in a nice location. I'm not coming to that side of town. I don't need my car shot up. I don't need to be shot at. One of my friends literally just got shot at. Her mama lives in the hood. She literally just got shot at. I'm not making that up. One of my old friends I went to high school with, somebody, I'm like, bitch, you need to get out of there. You need to get your mama out of there somehow, some way. And you know what? One of her friends' responses to that was, he was like, "Yeah, these little niggas do anything to catch a body now." That is how bad it is out here. That's how bad it is out here. But you want to call me classist and you want to call me elitist because I don't want to get shot by these ghetto niggas? No, absolutely not. You mad because I don't want my mama to get robbed by these ghetto niggas? You want to call me elitist and classist for that? How about you go live? And you know what's so interesting? The main people calling us classist and me, people like me, elitist, they don't live in the hood. They don't be up in that bitch. That's why you got to be careful about some of these hotep black feminists. You got to be very, very careful about these bitches. Because why they telling you that you're elitist and you're classist and you shouldn't want black women in luxury, they're sitting somewhere in the suburbs or in their luxury home and in their luxury apartment, resting in their femininity. That is what they're doing. So you better be careful about them bitches. Because they don't want to live around them niggas either. They don't want to be there either. So I don't want to hear about all this class shit from y'all hotep black people and y'all super woke pro black people. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear nothing about being elitist in class. I don't want to hear it because you don't want to deal with that shit either. Be honest. Be honest. You don't. And I know y'all hate this class conversation. I know you hate talking about respectability politics and all that shit. But you when it comes to level up and hypergamy and everything we talk about on this channel, you need to choose what you want. You need to choose what you want. Do you want to rest in your femininity or not? Do you want to level up or not? Do you want hypergamy or not? Do you want high value men or not? Do you want to live in a safe neighborhood or not? You can't be worried about being classist and elitist if you want that. Sorry. You can't. Christmas tree says you're not lying, Chrissy. And look. And if you are worried about that and you still participating in the shit, you're a fucking hypocrite. So back to the super chat. Christmas tree says you're not lying, Chrissy. Someone we know who is obsessed with classism was up in her high rise apartment crying how happy she was to be there. Girl, what? Who? Don't send me the video, please. Don't say who it was, but who? Tell me, because I have an idea. But I do want to know who it is, though. But that's what I'm saying, y'all. They be resting in their femininity. They be living in luxury while talking shit about black women in luxury. You see what I'm saying? Hypocrites. Because I feel like if you're gonna be that hotep and that for the people, I need you to be living in the hood. I need you to be doing everything that you're defending. Period. But when we have these conversations, you need to ask yourself, what group do you want to be in? What group do you want to be around? Who do you want to be in community with? Do you want to be around ghetto trailer park people or do you want to be around refinement and class? I don't want to hear about respectability and how that's wrong. I'm asking what life do you want to live? Christmas tree, stop. I had an idea. We not gonna do it. We not gonna do it. I know who you're talking about now. Thank you. Listen, I can't. I can't. But you look, y'all know. Y'all play respectability politics all the time. You play respectability. You use respectability at your job for your little check every day. And yeah, I'm talking about little check because y'all be talking about millionaires like they not supposed to play the game for their millions of dollars when you go to work every day to get your little $600 check a week and you put on your game face for that. You all about respectability when it comes to getting your paycheck every week, every 2 weeks, but you expect millionaire black people, you think they're punks for protecting theirs and not fighting at the Oscars. And to me, this is where class differences come in. And look, I'm not saying white people never get violent at work or at classy events, but let's not act like at the Oscars they generally do that, because they don't. And to the person who brought up Kid Rock and Tommy Lee, come on, to apples to oranges. You want to bring up the most ratchet ass white people to try to make a point. You're proving my point by doing that. You're proving my fucking point. Is Kid Rock, is that the type of white dude that you want? That the type of high value white man you want? Is that what you want? Like, really? Child, I can't. I can't. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is why I gotta make my content surrounding, like to cater, okay, to women who really want to level up, because y'all be making the wrong comparisons. Like, come on now, come on, really? I didn't think we was checking for white men like Kid Rock. I mean, I didn't think that's what we was checking for over here. I didn't think that that's what y'all wanted to level up to. And he got a lot of money, but I didn't think that was like the ideal white dude. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what is going on here? Darkest Beauty says, "Thank you for standing strong, Christian." Child, we ain't even gonna mention Bum Bitch Alley. They'll be all right. I'll see them when they get back, cause you'll be back. Emma Samantha says, "It's because they think men in the hood are the best black people can do, so they defend their bad behavior. It's very telling." Yeah, and it's like, y'all just be making up stuff. It's like I saw somebody say, um, because I have the stance I have, I'm saying that men shouldn't defend black women. Like, where is the logic here? Because we're saying it's a time and place for everything, now we're suggesting or we're implying that men shouldn't defend black women. Do y'all see how extreme y'all are? It's like, I feel like I'm in the twilight zone sometimes, because it's like y'all can't understand basic English. You can't understand basic concepts. Like, I don't understand. And if you notice, the main black people who are praising Will Smith and praising them, for, him for fighting and saying that that's how black men should always defend black women, it's the hood boogers for the most part. It's the nuck if you buck pookies and ghetto birds. And all I'm saying, to my audience, right, is that you need to choose who you want to be around. Do you want to be around or to be with a man that has more to lose or a lot to lose or very little to lose and just pops off at every little thing? And again, like I said in the last live stream, you can go listen to it. I'm not saying that Will should have sat there and done nothing. I'm glad he defended his wife. I am. And I'm saying he should have done something. But if you're always respecting that reaction out of your man, then I question if you're really ready to level up like you say you are, like I said in the last live stream. Because high value men, black, white, or other, are not going to pop off like that everything, or about everything. They're not. And I feel like it's okay. Like, you can like, it doesn't have to be one thing or the other. You can say, I'm glad Will defended his wife, and also say he could have done it in a different way. It's okay to say that. And look, like I told one of the ladies under the last video, if that's enough for the collective of black men, if you just saying that, just critiquing Will, if that's enough for black men to be like, this is why I don't protect black women, they didn't want to protect you anyway. Sorry to break it to you, sis. They didn't want to do it anyway. Because a man who's going to protect you is going to protect you regardless. It's like y'all seem to think that, and this is, I touched on this in the last video, but y'all seem to think that if you change your behavior and if you change every little thing about yourself, that's gonna spring black men into action and they're gonna build for you and they're gonna protect for you. No, they men do that for themselves and their own ego first. And I said all this in the last video, and I'll say it again. Men do all of that for them first. They're selfish. So if they're not even doing that stuff for them, if they're not pursuing power for them, they damn sure not going to do it for you cuz you come second. So it doesn't matter how much you change yourself, black women. That's not gonna make it's not it doesn't matter how much you cry on the internet about your skin and your hair and all that. Black men don't care. They don't care. Yeah, and they showed another angle where Jada they showed Jada where she kind of laughed at it, I guess. Laughed at the joke or no, laughed at Will smacking Chris Rock. Well, she laughed after Chris Rock said Will just slapped the shit out of me. She laughed at it and people were trying to make it seem like because she laughed that meant that uh she I guess encouraged Will to do it or she somehow forced him or manipulated him into doing it. Y'all, it's just like it's like they are going out of their way to blame this woman for Will's behavior and it's just ridiculous. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Will's a grown ass man. Like I will never ever believe that Will is being controlled by that woman. I don't care what y'all say. I don't care how in love that man is. No, I don't agree. Phoebe, thank you for your sticker. I love that name, Phoebe. I love that name. Darkest Beauty, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know anything about that. I don't think so. Y'all need to stop spreading rumors about people. Yeah, they make him look like a child. Yep, you big up one and they think you're kissing their bums. I love Italian. Okay, okay. Well, I don't know where that came from. Y'all stop talking about other content creators being pregnant and all that. Stop spreading rumors. We don't do that here. You're gonna be blocked if you keep doing that. Yaya says Will was still in character. He thought he was King Richard. Chris even called him Richard. I was like, oh my god. Chris Rock's comedy shows are getting sold out. Guess he's winning in this. Man, that's crazy. And that's what I'm saying, y'all. Like, in order, like, if black men, if the collective of black men really, really wanted to protect black women, that wouldn't be happening. That would not happen. Like, there's no amount of you complaining about being made fun of for your hair that's gonna, really make an impact if black men, the collective of black men, don't jump in and do something and really check these men. Will's one slap ain't gonna cut it, y'all. That's not gonna do it. It's like I really don't think y'all understand how this works. C Major says, don't forget a lot of guys aren't out here fighting, they're shooting and killing. Don't get your man killed because you want him fighting. You never know how a situation will go. Level up though. Yeah, I agree. And I talked about that in my last live stream. Like, some situations call for violence, but some don't. And yeah, your man should defend you in situations where, another man is harassing you or, something like that, but it doesn't always have to be violent. Lala says someone said that this mindset is kin to black men not fighting for black women in slavery. What mindset? The mindset we're talking about where we don't want our men to go to jail? Like, and see, this is that what you're saying, Lala? Because if that is what you're saying, that is what I'm talking about. That is that y'all got to be careful with that. That hotep hood mindset, comparing everything to slavery and how black men didn't fight for black women in slavery, and basically we're because I get that a lot. People say to me, oh, you're if this was during slavery, then you would be the slave that it wouldn't that Harriet couldn't free or something like that. Like, they would say some shit like that. Like, and I'm like, come on now. That is the mindset, you guys, that has black women today in 2022 being these one-sided race soldiers and mules for black men. Because black men ain't on that. It is 2022. We're no longer in slavery. I think you guys need to wake up. Yeah, everything has to be related to slavery. And I think that's what Lala was saying. Like, our mindset is pretty much like, the complacent Negro that's like, yes, massa, and we gonna do what you say because we don't want to get killed or whatever, and we gonna comply with massa so we can keep these checks rolling in or whatever. I get the mindset. I get it. But we're free. You do know that we're free. You do know that it's not slavery anymore. Yeah, it's getting old at this point. And look, I'm not saying that we can't use historical references and apply them to today. That's not what I'm saying. But when it comes to your man not sacrificing his job over something relatively small, or sacrificing his money and his resources with his for his family in 2022, that in no way can be compared to black men not protecting black women during slavery. And if you don't see that, then you're too extreme. If you really are trying to compare that apples to oranges, you are way too extreme for this conversation. No one is saying that black men shouldn't protect their family against white people if their family's in danger, or if there's an immediate threat to their wife or their children. Like, can we stop getting that extreme? It's becoming ridiculous at this point. Nobody is saying that your husband shouldn't slap the shit out of a motherfucker if he touched your butt or he groped you in public or, he violated your space. Like that hotep shit, and just this is what I'm trying to tell black women, and this is what I try to explain to you guys on this channel. When you have that mindset, when everything is about slavery and oppression and white supremacy and oppressive systems, then your mind is always going to be on that, and it's always going to go to that when it comes to the smallest things. And you're not going to be able to just live a normal life because that is always going to be at the forefront. And then the next thing you know, you're out at a nice restaurant and you talking about somehow, oh, this is a white supremacist structure, so I can't eat my steak or some shit like that. Or this is capitalist, so I can't enjoy my wine. I can't enjoy my Chardonnay. Or some other historical reference that dates back to white supremacy. Like it's gonna always be something. And look, I'm not even saying you can't bring up the historical references. I'm not even saying you just can't have a conversation about it and how it relates to racism and white supremacy and systemic racism. I'm not even saying that you can't have all those conversations because you can. But the problem is a lot of y'all let it interfere with your everyday life and you start making it cloud your judgment, and then all of a sudden you're bringing up white suprem or slavery and how black men didn't fight for you on the plantation when we're talking about Will Smith smacking somebody at the Oscars because somebody made fun of his wife's bald head. When it's two completely, totally different situations. Like, how is that even a comparison? Y'all, come on. It's the extremity for me. It's the extremes for me. Of course, there are exceptions. Physical force or threat of physical harm can be met with equivalent force. Yeah, there are exceptions. Like if somebody's threatening your life, you're like, yeah, of course. And I talked about this in the last video, and you guys can go listen to it. But the women in the chat gave some examples of what they would consider, nonviolent protection, and that there is a such thing. There is a such thing. Yeah, most people don't know how to have nuanced conversation. It's really bad. It's really bad in these online spaces. It's really bad on YouTube. Really, really bad. Binary thinkers, black, white, people are on one side of the extreme or the other. And I know I can be anal about some things. I know I can be considered extreme about some things, but really it's not. When you think about it, it's not. What I say is really not that extreme. You're just not used to hearing it. But some of what y'all say is definitely extreme. Emma says, I became a little depressed after learning about the realities. Yeah, and you should be able to move on from that stage. Because it's like it is depressing when you wake up and you realize, the truth about the collective of black people, the collective of black men. I can understand why that's depressing, but once you get out of that stage, it's like you become indifferent and you just want to do things that are going to help benefit you the best way possible. And that's kind of where I'm at. Like, let's do what benefits us the best way possible. And I am going to come, as negative as it seems, I am going to come on here and tell you guys, look, this is not going to benefit you the way you think it's going to benefit you, because I want you guys to win. I want our image to improve. I want us to win. And I don't want us out here being so vocal and loud towards men who would never do it to us, do it for us. Men who don't choose women like us. Like, we don't get anything out of that at all. Men who would never reciprocate. Like, I don't, or women. Women. I don't want us defending, supporting women who would never support black women who look like us. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, we have to take things case by case. Exactly. So that's all I wanted to say. I feel like you guys need to stop putting so much energy and celebrating, giving out all these awards for people who would never reciprocate. That's it. And I'm done. I love you guys. I'm coming out with some more content very soon. I'm going to bed. I'm tired. Thank you for joining me. Hopefully, I don't have to come back and talk about this again. I'm ready to move on. Just know that some of the topics that you guys have requested, I'm going to talk about. So stay tuned for that and catch up with you in the next one. Bye.